Today, I'm going to teach you how to progress into a proper push-up. Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you the progression to a proper push-up. So you're going to learn basic exercises that are going to teach you how to do a push-up, and then I'm going to teach you the proper form and technique for a full standard push-up. Let's do this. So before we jump into these progressions, I just want you to understand a really important concept about the push-up. So when you're performing a push-up, the prime mover muscle is your pec major, which is just your main muscles right on top of your chest. And prime mover, what that means exactly is that's basically just the major muscle group that is performing this particular exercise. And it's really important to remember that, because when we do all of these exercises, you really want to think about using that main muscle group, your pec major, because if you're not making that mind muscle connection, other muscles are gonna overcompensate, and we don't want that. So I just want you to keep that in mind. And then the second thing I want you to keep in mind is that although a push-up may seem like just an upper body exercise, it's really a full body movement that's engaging your core. So you need to remember, when you go to do a push-up or any of the progressive exercises, you need to engage your core, because it's gonna keep your body nice and stable, and it's gonna make the exercise a lot easier for you to perform. The first progression that we're going to be doing is a push-up with a wall. So first I'm going to talk about alignment. So you want to set yourself up with your feet shoulder width apart. The farther away you are away from the wall, the harder the exercise is going to be. The closer you are, the easier. So start off closer and see where you are. Then you're going to place your hands up against the wall. You want to have a nice wide base with your hands, because you're going to have more control if your hands are nice and wide. So you're going to set up your hands shoulder width apart, so that way your wrist, elbows, and shoulder are in perfect alignment. And then you're also going to have your head in a nice neutral position in line with your spine. You're going to go ahead and engage your core. And you want to keep your elbows tucked in, not flared out. A lot of people will do this. You want to internally rotate those elbows. If you watch my elbows, this is flared out, and then this is internally rotated. And you want to engage these muscles, your lats, your serratus anterior, and all these muscles, because what they do is stabilize the shoulder, and that's going to help your body stay in control throughout the entire movement. So again, hands shoulder width apart, wrist, elbow, and shoulder all in line, core engaged, and then we're simply just going to break at the elbows and come towards the wall. And then we're going to use our chest muscles to push our bodies off the wall and come to full extension of the elbows. And all these muscles, my lats are engaged, my pecs are engaged. And when I come to the top, I'm squeezing my scapula together. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. So again, have my chest towards the wall, push off to full extension, and repeat. If I want to make it a little more challenging, I can walk a little bit farther away from the wall. Same thing. And you basically almost want to kiss the wall. The next progression that we're going to move into is the push-up with a chair. And if you'll notice what we're doing is we're just kind of decreasing the angle to get our bodies eventually at parallel, a standard push-up. So we're going to set this up the same way, same rules apply. We're going to have our feet shoulder width apart, our hands placed on the chair or bench shoulder width apart, with our wrist, elbow, and shoulder in line. Core engaged, flat back. Break at the elbows and touch our chest to the chair, and push up using our pec major. Keep those elbows tucked, don't flare them out. Tuck them in, touch chest, push up, and squeeze those shoulder blades at the top, and repeat. Congratulations, we've made it to the floor, but we're going to do a modified version of the floor push-up because we're going to start on our knees and then we'll move to the end result, which is a full standard push-up. So for the knee push-up, we are going to set up with our hands shoulder width apart, knees, elbow, shoulder in line, and then we're going to stabilize ourselves on our knees with our feet in the air. You can just leave them like this or you can cross them. And then we're gonna keep our back nice and flat, our core engaged, and we're simply, again, going to break the elbows, bringing our chest to the floor, and then push up to full extension. You wanna make sure you keep your head in line with your spine. You don't wanna look up, and you don't wanna look too far down. Just keep a nice, relaxed, neutral position. Remember, keep those elbows tucked in. Engage those lat muscles. You don't want to have the elbows flared out. Keep them nice and tucked in. Make sure you're moving through the full range of motion, touching your chest to the ground and fully extending. And now for your full standard push-up. So this time, we're gonna get in a nice high plank, feet shoulder width apart, wrists, elbows, and shoulders in line. And for this, we wanna make sure that our back is completely flat as a board. We don't wanna sink in, and we don't wanna pike up. So good neutral position, engage that core, squeeze your glutes, and then you're just gonna touch your chest to the ground and push up. Again, elbows tucked. You don't wanna flare them out. Tucked in. Squeeze your shoulder blades at the top. Bonus tip, if you notice when you do push-ups and you get wrist pain, a great way to alleviate that is, one, you want to make sure that your wrists are staying straight, that you're not bending them as you're doing the push-up. But another thing you can do is you can do the push-up on your fists, which is going to be a little bit harder, but it's actually going to strengthen your wrists and it's going to inhibit you from bending them while performing a push-up. So you can do a push-up on your fists. The alignment's just the same. Just make sure you keep your wrists as straight as possible. And you can also do it on your knees. A second option, if that's too difficult for you, is to get parallel bars. I think I got these off Amazon. I'll link them in the description below. They're like 20, 30 bucks maybe. And this takes a ton of stress off the wrist. I used to get really bad wrist pain when I was doing like handstands and stuff. And now I pretty much do all my push-ups on these parallel bars. So same thing, remember, keep your wrist straight. And then same alignment. Just make sure you're not sinking all the way. Only go to the top of the parallel bars. You don't want to go down here, because it puts your shoulders in a really risky position. I really hope those exercises helped you progress into a push-up. What you can do is you can set up some kind of schedule for yourself where the first week you start with the wall push-up, and then you move to the chair, and then you move to the floor, and then you try to do it fully on your own over the course of maybe a month or 2 months, depending on how fast you progress. That's how I would kind of structure it. And for each exercise, I'd say do as many reps as until you start to get tired or you feel like you can't do any more, and then make sure you take about a 2 to 3 minute rest in between, and then do another set and do that for about 3 to 4 sets. And I think that would be a great way to really train your body on how to do a correct push-up. And remember, with everything that I do, its form is number one. You'll see a lot of people in the gym that'll do push-ups. They might be doing them really quickly and they're just like, you know, pumping them out, or they're doing like these things. That's really not gonna benefit you in any way. So you gotta think, why am I doing this exercise? I wanna get stronger. I wanna get maybe more core stability. So if you're not doing it fully with perfect form through the full range of motion, you're not receiving the benefit of the exercise. So at that point, why are you even doing it? So remember, it's not about how many you're doing, it's not about how fast you're doing it, it's about the quality of the movement so you can fully reap the benefits of the exercise. So keep that in mind when you're going to the gym and doing it. Otherwise, if you want to learn more, I have a 4-week at-home training program that teaches you about the fundamentals of fitness. It's a completely free training program. You don't need any equipment. And it basically just teaches you the foundational movements that you'll need to do any kind of fitness endeavor. And it really helps you build that strong form, which is really important, that strong foundation. And the whole goal of the program is to take a beginner and give them the proper mobility and stability that they're gonna need to really learn any foundational exercise like the squat, push-ups, pull-ups, all those things. It teaches you just a solid foundation. So I'll link that in the description below. Please check that out. If you like this video, please give it a like, share it with one of your friends or somebody that would find it useful. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every single week about the fundamentals of fitness. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.